And it abruptly ends there. Good morning. Cheers. I have coffee with me. Funny enough, that last clip was a whole day ago because I got a phone call and just one distraction, and suddenly the whole day was gone. What I wanted to do was talk about the day and why there's no pictures and videos, because it was good, but it was intense. A good intense, I guess. I barely got to see Derek's teacher during the event, and he emailed me the next morning. This was my response to him, and I think it really sums up the whole day really well. Derek's teacher's name is Mr. Rob, and he emailed me the next day, and this is what it said. Good morning, Kate. I just wanted to check in and see how you thought the holiday party went, and to see how the afternoon went after leaving. I also want to apologize for not being able to visit with you and Derek more. I hope you enjoyed the food and the meeting some of his wonderful staff members. Have a great day. Best, Rob. My response was, in true Mama Kate fashion, a long story, because I am just a storyteller at heart, but here's what I said. Hey, Rob, it's sweet of you to ask. I saw you had your hands full, and I totally understand. So I have to make a confession, some context. I think I explained this, but just to reiterate, I haven't been to a school event for Derek since at least kindergarten, when he marched in a little Christmas parade while his classmates sang Jingle Bells. They all held little bells and jingled them as they walked. Derek met eyes with me and instantly threw his bell into the rafters, which then fell down into the crowd, caused a lot of scoffs and gasps and then laughter, which caused a full-on meltdown. He threw himself to the ground, kicking and screaming, and his teacher had to act fast to intervene. He was so little then, so everyone thought it was cute, but I knew it distressed him to see me there. In preschool, it was more of the same. Giant meltdowns, swinging, screaming, biting, and kicking. Any other time I've gone, he just thought it was time to leave and got confused by anything else. I just don't mix in for him. He likes his life to be in neat little boxes, and those boxes cannot mix or overlap. School is one, home is another, etc. I was so worked up about the anticipation of how wrong everything could go. I was shaking and disassociating. I had to quickly wipe tears away when Derek slugged Chris in the back, because I knew he'd do it, and I felt so bad. Just a side note, Chris is the teacher's assistant that had Derek at the time. In that moment, I had kind of confirmed that it was wrong of me to go and that I messed up the whole day for him. Now, I said all this to say this. Chris handled it like an absolute pro, and no one else batted an eye. The absence of the usual scoffs and gasps was such a relief, and I didn't even know how much that all bothered me until it happened and I didn't hear anything. Chris gently turned Derek around, redirected, and they came back in and sat next to me. Derek was stiff as a board, so I tried to model deep breaths. As his body calmed, mine also calmed. I have to give David's grandma, Doreen, who sat next to me, credit too, because she reassured me that these parties are very well executed for this population of kiddos, and it's almost always a good time. She told me David has been there for something like 10 years, so I'm so thrilled I got to sit next to her. Derek was fine after that. He had his moment when you said hi to him. Side note, he spit at him. It didn't get him, but I think he was just overwhelmed. I quickly redirected him. I guess he had all the adults around him that he could handle, LOL. So I have to say, David's Grammy was right. That's what they call her. They call her Grammy. She's very well known in the whole school. It went so smoothly and, dare I say, fun. Derek even ate 2 plates of meatballs, which, another side note, he never eats at school no matter what. It's been a thing. Back to this. He switched to opening his gift fine. He briefly talked to Santa, which was hilarious because David was quick to point out which staff member he was. That was really funny. The food was amazing and the staff were even more amazing. I absolutely loved that Chris stayed with us through the whole event and even got in line with us, since usually in other schools, the parent is made to take over, even though we all know these events can be super stressful for kids like ours and we need help. It was also nice talking with Chris and getting to know staff that have my boy every day. I had to laugh when we went upstairs and I found out who Derek has beef with. I wasn't expecting it to be who seemed to be the sweetest little girl. I'm glad Chris told me, though, because I was letting her hold my hands and move me around because I'm just a big sucker for these kids. Derek was getting a little mad that I was interacting with her. After that, Derek packed his bag and even went to the bathroom without issue. We had a great time overall. Through what are now happy tears, I have to say I will never miss a school event for Derek again. Confidence restored. Please tell everyone involved how thankful I am. Thanks again, Kate. P.S. Sorry for the novel, but I'm just so excited to be able to involve myself more in school events for Derek. Thanks again. Deep breath. Yep, the email ends there, and it is happy tears, I swear. I guess I didn't realize how much it bothered me that I couldn't go to any of Derek's functions. And yeah, while he did have 2 moments, they were so minute. And I'm just over the moon that he got into this school because the staff there are absolutely incredible. Before we even had the event go on in the gym, there was a little parent meeting upstairs. They just went over some changes that are happening in the school, but one thing that stood out to me that they said was that they didn't have any turnover at all for teachers in the last 14 months, which in today's educational climate, that speaks volumes about how well they take care of their teachers. And in my opinion, if you take care of the teachers and staff, then everything else trickles down from there. They are doing an incredible job, and I am just so glad that my son can go there. So now I can be more involved in his school events, and I'm just over the moon. So I'm sorry I don't have any pictures or videos of the event, but I was so enthralled with the whole thing that I honestly forgot, and that's the best reason. So sorry it wasn't a big Luca Voren update. Things are going well, and I do think it's helping him. It's just at a really slow pace. I don't see anything major right now, but there are improvements, just they're very small. So we are going to stick with it. He should have about a week and a half left, so I have to call the pharmacy soon so that they can order it. And we are going to continue with it for another month to see what happens. So thanks for listening, and stay tuned for more.